Okay, is anybody out there? I'm not seeing comments, but I'm assuming I'm on the right spot, so we're going to get started. This is Monica from 4:30 Design, and I'm going to finish up this coffee table that I started last Sunday afternoon on the live. I'm going to show you guys where I ended off and then what we're going to do today. Last week, let me recap really quick. Last week we did the background stencil. Hey Shannon, hey Emily, thanks for joining. Last week we did the stencil. That was part of Finnabair line called Mind Games Stencil. And then we added the Redesign with Prima transfers, the flowers, and then we did a metallic butterfly. Hey Nicoletta, how are you? Today we're going to add another butterfly in another metallic color, and we're going to do a few more transfers on the other side and add some gold wax. So let's get started. The butterfly that I put on last week was a gold. Don't have it here in front of me. Here it is. This was the Decor foil in Relic Copper. I'm going to add another one, but I am going to use the Decor foil. It's a rose color. It's kind of like, yeah, I can't think of what the really popular rose gold. That's what it is. Okay, we're going to use this one. And the Decor foil comes in sheets. Several different sheets are in the tube. And you use this with their adhesive stencil that you can get from Redesign with Prima. Or actually, it's a adhesive transfer, not a stencil. The adhesive transfer will actually say on there, adhesive transfer. Most of the transfers are not adhesive. They just are put right on the tables. The adhesive transfers are actually like a glue that you stick things to. So the first process in an adhesive transfer, and the one I'm using here is part of, somebody say that, it's French. It's French for butterfly. That's how I'm going to say it. And I'm going to use parts of that one. This butterfly, it actually will not be yellow when we finish. It's going to be the rose gold color. So this is an adhesive transfer, and you put it on the same way as another transfer. I'm going to move you up here. And I think I'm just going to put it in the same area, maybe overlapping on the leaves a little bit, and just kind of pointed the other way. You just lay it down flat on your surface, and then get your burnishing tool. And then you work it on just like another transfer would go. And what you're actually doing with this adhesive transfer is you're actually putting the glue or the adhesive right onto your surface. And then we're going to go back and use the Decor foil that sticks to it. Uh-oh, Carol, you can't hear me? Can anybody else hear me? Is my sound not working? Somebody else let me know. Shannon, are you out there? Can you hear what I'm saying? It's working for Emily. Okay. Somebody tell Carol to go back out and come back in. Since she can't hear me, she won't know I'm saying that. But that should fix her issue, hopefully. The sound may be off. Oh, are you telling Carol? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shannon. I thought you were telling me. I'm like, wait a minute, Emily can hear me. It is weird talking when I can't hear anybody else. I feel like nobody can hear me. Thanks for helping her, guys. Okay, so you just make sure your adhesive is down really well. If you see it coming up in your sheet, go ahead and put your sheet back down and work on those areas, because you can't rub this one on with your finger when you're done like you can the other ones. Okay, we've got the adhesive on. Now we're going to take our rose gold sheet. Make sure you separate them. I think there's 4 in a tube, maybe 5. I'm not sure. Just take one, and then you're going to lay it right over with the color side up. Just push it down into the glue. Oh, okay. I'll try to talk this way so you guys can hear me. I probably should get a microphone sometime. And then you're just going to work the decor foil paper in as you go. Is this working better, Carol? And you can kind of see the outline of the butterfly coming through. Just make sure you're working it really well to get all of the glue spots. When you lift it up, if you see more of the yellow, that's really sticky. Maybe I've got it too warm in the house. I still see some yellow spots popping up through there, so I'm just going to take the sheet where I haven't used and put it right back over those yellow spots and keep working it. It's cold here today, so I've got the heat up in the house, and I think I'm making it sticky. So just keep working those areas to work this color down onto the adhesive, and you can keep lifting it to check. And there's certain areas still yet that need more of the color, so I'm going to concentrate on those areas, working it way down into there. And that's all you need to do, is just keep moving it around until you get those areas covered really well. Oops. So for anybody that's just jumping on, I'm using a decor foil on an adhesive transfer. I put a link in the comments where you can go buy this stuff on the Redesign website with my link, or you can also find a local retailer if you have one to buy it from. And the decor foil comes in little tubes like this. I had used the relic copper on this butterfly, and then we're using a pink or a rose gold color on the smaller butterfly. Yeah, Shannon, I like this one too. So the table is going to be pretty colorful by the time we get done with all the foils and all the transfer colors. But I think I might have the adhesive a little too warm. This is freezing today. I don't know why I'm freezing. It's like 40. it's not warm, but for some reason today I feel like it's a lot colder. So if you're joining us, tell me where you're watching from. So I've gotten almost all the little areas, but there's still a few that I need to work a little longer on. But I'm going to go ahead and start on the next part to show you guys how to use some of the other stuff, and I can come back to this later. So you don't have to sit and watch me do this all day. It is coming along. It's a really pretty rose gold color. Okay, and what I did, I don't know if you guys joined me last week, let me move you back here, then you probably remember the coffee table was painted white. I went ahead and painted the rest of it black, and then I added another adhesive transfer in the gold and some more of the flowers over here, and then along the edge and the highlights of the legs, I put on some waxes. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. So I'm going to turn the table around and we're going to do the other side, just like I did this side. So let me turn the table. Is the wind really bad up there, Emily? I know we're supposed to get it. I haven't been out in a while, so I don't know if it's really windy here or not. Not like it was the other day. Around here, it was crazy. Okay, I left some of the black here to show you guys how to apply the wax. And for this color, I matched what I could really close to that gold butterfly. And I bought it's called Aged Brass, and it's the Finnabair wax line. It's called Metallic Wax by Art Alchemy, and you should be able to find that on the website if your retailer doesn't have it. And you can use either your finger, a gloved finger, or let me grab my artist brush that I put somewhere and forgot to get back out. Here it is. Okay. I find it easier to start with a little artist brush and just apply it and then use your finger as you go. And it just takes a tiny, tiny bit. And if you just put like just a little dab like that, that's all it's probably going to take. Maybe a little bit more, we'll see. But I just start with getting it on the table, and then I use my finger to help spread that out as you go. It's really easy to use. It's soft, so you don't have to heat it up like you do some other waxes to make it spreadable. And you just put a tiny bit on your brush, work it on and rub it out. Emily, are you far enough north up there that you're going to get in the snow? I know we're supposed to have snow in the next couple of days, but I'm not here. I heard north of us, so I didn't know if you were north enough to be getting it. Okay, and just keep putting that on and spreading it out. And this wax has, actually it sounds really weird, but this wax smells good. It's not one of those strong, stinky waxes. It actually is very nice. that they put in them to make them smell so good. Okay, and that'll be dry pretty quick. You're supposed to get it tonight. Oh my gosh. It does smell so good, Shannon. I don't know what the scent is. I can't even describe it. It's like a weird, comforting scent. Okay, so we got the wax all the way around. And that's pretty much dry. If I do this, none of it's coming off. But you can let it dry and then go back and buff it with a cloth if you want it shinier. And the next part we're going to do is, I'm going to show you how to put it along the table legs. And maybe I should put the table on its back. And turn. Can you guys see okay? Do I need to turn on an overhead light? Let me just switch the light on. And basically the same thing I did along there is I'm going to take a little bit of the wax. I'm just using one of the lids that came off the transfer tube. And I find it easier to do with my finger. If you just get a little bit on, and you can just go right along the edge. And since the look I'm going for in this table is kind of not really a rustic look, but I'm not going for the crisp and clean, shiny, happy look. Kind of a grungier look. I'm not real worried about keeping it crisp and clean. And it goes on really easy with just your fingertip where you want it. So it's that quick. That leg is finished. Can you guys see that? My lighting is a little off. It's cloudy. Usually it's pretty sunny in here. And I'm going to do the same thing on this leg. Again, the wax I'm using is the aged brass from Finnabair Art Alchemy. And it's that quick. That leg is finished. So I'm going to put the cap back on the wax, and the next thing we're going to do is the other side that we had done the adhesive transfer and the flowers on. I'm going to make this side match. So I cut out a few to choose from. And I'm not quite sure what I want to put here on the side. I'm thinking about using this one and then adding a couple of flowers over here. What do you guys think? You can see it, okay. You know what? I'm going to try to lower this so you guys can see the legs better. Actually, the side of it better. So bear with me while I get this lowered a little bit more. I hope I'm not making anybody seasick. How's that? Is that even better? Okay. I even? Am I crooked? Okay. So we're going to take, this is another adhesive transfer. And again, it's not yellow. I mean, it looks yellow, but it's not going to be yellow. It's just the glue color that we're going to add the foil to again. And I think I want to put it on first and then put the flowers over it. Or do I want to put the flowers on first and put this gold over it? I always had such a hard time with that though. You know what? I think we'll do the flowers first because I think the gold will go over the top of the flowers and then we won't have a problem breaking it out. So what do you guys think? Should I do this one, the purple, or the magenta? What you like? Is that better? Okay. So I'm thinking we'll just add this transfer first. Put this flower on in the background. Just push it down on, smooth it out, make sure you don't have any bubbles in there. And then just work at burnishing that into the paint. You can apply these transfers with right onto the paint or the top coat. I've used one matte coat of poly on the top of this, but I don't always. These will stick to either. As long as it's a water-based top coat. You don't want to use any oil-based top coat. And if you use wax, make sure the wax has cured or these won't stick to it. So just going to burnish this in really well, making sure the edges are down. And when I lift it up, if anything else sticks, you just put that back down and work it a little bit more. And pull it up slowly. Because if you get in a hurry and pull it up too quick, it could rip. So take your time. And then I just like to go back over those edges, burnish them into the paint. And then I'm going to take one of these. Maybe just add the purple one with it. I think that magenta one's too big. We're going to add the purple right over the top. You can layer these transfers right over the top of each other. Just be careful if you cut it close like I have, that you don't hurt the transfer beneath it. So if you've never used one of these transfers before, you can layer as many as you want. We could keep layering flowers on top of each other, but I'm going to stop with this one and I'm going to do the gold foil one. Lift it up carefully, and if you see any spots that are lifting with it, like I said, just go right back over, put that plastic back down and go right back over it. And then you can either use a cloth or your finger to rub that really well, burnish it in before you go on to the next step. You want to be sure that there's no bubbles, the edges aren't lifting at all. and that it's really attached well in there. Okay. Now I think we're going to take this adhesive transfer and put it right over the top. Although I don't think I want it to go that far into the flower. So I'm going to cut the edge. If I get my scissors. I think I only want it to go touch the edge of the flowers, so I'm just going to cut off a couple of inches here. And you can make them work that way. So you just separate the plastic and the white backing. Make sure you don't let that touch itself or anything else before you get it on there. And I don't think this one really has a top and a bottom. It seems to be kind of just like a wildflower look. I don't think there's a top and a bottom to it. So we're just going to start at one end and apply it. Push it down as well as you can, getting the bubbles out. You can use your transfer tool. Now the transfer tool that I'm using does not come in the transfer tube. What you do get in the transfer tube are little wooden sticks that work just as well. And the transfer that I'm using, the flowers are the Lush Floral 2. These are the flowers that are on here. The adhesive transfer, there's actually 2 on the website, and I've kind of mixed up different parts of the 2 of them. Yeah, this one would be, one of them is the flowers, butterflies in French word. Somebody can say it for me. Papillon. Papillon. So the adhesive transfer goes on the same way, same as we did on the top with the butterfly. And you want to get the tool right on top of that adhesive to make sure it is transferred right onto that paint. And you can see as you do it, the background of the paint is coming through to show you that it's getting on there really well. So any place that still has a lot of yellow is where you want to work a little bit more. And I think for this one we'll use the rose gold again like we did on the butterfly. Just kind of mixing the different metallic colors. I think I got that on there. I'm going to take it off and see how well. Okay, we are going to now take our rose gold decor foil. Thanks, Shannon. And we're just going to take it, stick it right to the top with the color out. One side of it is silver. The other side has the color you want to use. Just press that on. And then it'll stick right to the spots that have the adhesive as you work it on. Now the adhesive transfers, you can use other things on besides this decor foil. And the decor foil comes in different colors. You can check those out on the website. But you can also put on other things on this adhesive. You can use glitter and like mica powders. I think those are, I'm not sure about glitter, but the mica powders and some of the other things you'll find for sale on the site. Or if you have a retailer, check with them. I'm going to pull it back and see how well that's working. And if any of it's sticking, go ahead and put it back down like you do with the other transfer. And work on that spot a little bit more. And you can see some yellow still. I'm going to go back over those spots. And you can just turn it to where you have more of the foil that hasn't been used and put it right on those spots. And work on that some more. The adhesive takes a little bit longer than the regular transfer. So you just have to spend a little more time working on those areas. I'm going to just take it off and keep checking. So any spots that didn't quite take, go back and work those in a little bit better. So then you can see when it's finished, it'll be the rose gold color. And then we did the gold with the waxes on the highlights and on the edges. And then I'm going to go back and seal everything in a varnish. And then it's going to be for sale. So if you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I'll go back and see what your questions are and answer anything. But all of these products you can find on the link I put, or check with your retailer. I used the Lush Floral 2. Hey Terry, you finally caught me and I'm just ending. Thanks. I used the Lush Floral 2. And then part of the adhesive transfers, I used the decor foil. This comes in a lot of different colors. And the wax that I used, I wanted to show you guys this one wax. This one that I used was the aged brass. But this comes in some really pretty colors. Let me show you this one. It also comes in a rich copper. It has a rose gold. This one is called Electric Violet. I know the words are backwards for you guys, but this is a really pretty purple. And I was going to use it on the table, but the purples in the flowers versus the wax were too different for me. I didn't want to clash my purples. Okay, well, I'm going to finish up the table if you guys leave your questions, and I'll get them answered. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you probably either on my page, 4:30 Design on Facebook. Maybe I'll do a couple of lives over there, or I will be back on the Redesign with Prima page in April for a couple of times. Thanks for joining me.